Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay if you are here live. And I am gonna jump into the room on my computer so I can see the chat. Welcome to Higher Alignment. Let's see, has it come up yet? Tonight we're gonna be talking about the secrets of an effective morning and evening routine. And I'm gonna guide you through a number of activities that you can really use to make this information your own, and hopefully you can walk away today. If you are looking for a morning or an evening routine, you can walk away with exactly what you need. Okay, sorry, just hopping in. Turn that down. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the resources for this evening in the chat for you, and I'm gonna go over them really quickly. Oh, shoot. I have to do them one at a time. So that's fine. It's going to give me a chance to talk about them one at a time as they're coming up. So the first one is going to be the free self-care ideas list. You may want to go ahead and grab this because after we do our activities and exercises, if you want to have, a list of ideas that you can use for activities during your evening or your morning routine, I have a number of them already created, and it's going to fit into the activities that we're doing. The next one is going to be the personal inquiry inventory. Oh, it says the description is too long. Let's see. Let's try this one. This is the personal inquiry inventory. So this is a fillable workbook. It has more than 50 pages of activities and exercises divided down into the 7 areas of life: health and fitness, relationships, career, finance, personal development, spirituality, and recreation. Each section has 2 different areas, but it's entirely designed to really help you get clear on what it is that you want out of life, right now, and to help you evaluate where you are in relationship to that, and really how to develop actionable, measurable goals in order to get from point A to point B. So if you're looking to dive a little bit deeper into your personal development and self-care, that's what, all of us, most of us are here doing. Hello, Angela. Welcome. That's what most of us are here doing. That's probably why you want to develop a morning routine or an evening routine to kind of fit within your personal development or your self-transformation journey. So you have that resource available for you right there. The next one I am going to drop is going to be Sacred Sunday Space. So the next session of Sacred Sunday Space is actually going to be this Sunday at 12 noon Eastern. This is my private self-care workshop that I host through Zoom. It is, you do it from the comfort of your own home. It's no cameras, so you show up how you show up. You come as yourself. I create the well-rounded self-care routine. It's composed of different activities, so depending on if you join Sacred Sunday Space or the Dark Art Self-Care series, we do mindfulness meditation, journaling, yin yoga, breath work, EFT tapping. I switch it up every time. I try to have a different theme. This month we're working from the book The Power, which I meant to bring out here. We're working from the book The Power, which is the sequel to the book The Secret, and I have 3 more copies. So for the next 3 people who join, we're going to be working from this book in the Dark Art Self-Care series and Sacred Sunday Space for the next 2 months. So for the next 3 people who join, I will send you a copy of the text for free, so you don't have to purchase that. So if you're looking to dive deeper into self-care, you want to be more consistent, you want to learn and actually practice the techniques that you learn about here on Higher Alignment, then go ahead and check that out. Let's see. And then once I did start doing live workshops again, I said that I was going to change up the way that I do things, and I always wanted to present a text. just for suggested reading to go along with tonight's material. So once again, if you want to dive in deeper, if you want to go in a different direction, maybe this one will be the one for you. So tonight's suggested reading actually tonight's suggested reading is this is not the actual book, but the actual book looks just like this one. This one's called The Vein of Gold, but this is actually the sequel. The first one is called The Artist Way, and that's the one that I've linked down there in the chat. And what I really like about The Artist Way is it's geared towards creative people. It's geared towards artists, whatever type of artist you consider yourself to be. Musician, painter, writer, sculptor, you know, even other types of whatever type of artist you consider yourself to be. And really, I feel like this book is for anyone, because at our hearts, we all have a creative energy and component to ourselves. But she approaches self-care and self-transformation from an artist's point of view, and taking you on this journey on how to dive deeper into your artistry, how to get in touch with your personal creativity. But she presents a variety of exercises. I feel like my light is low. It might be the light on my phone. She presents a variety of activities, self-exploration exercises, journaling prompts. She even has a thing in there called the Artist Date, where you take yourself on a personal date one time a week, and you go somewhere not expensive. The best thing would be somewhere free, and you just use your senses to explore. So I'll hold that book up again. So I've included that in the description, in the chat. So you have those resources. This is called The Vein of Gold, but once again, the suggested reading is The Artist Way by the same author, clearly, Julia Cameron. So tonight we're gonna be talking about the secrets of an effective morning and evening routine. Let me actually take note on the time too. 7:28 for the timestamps. I said I was going to do that in the last workshop and I didn't. But tonight we're going to be talking about the secrets of an effective morning and evening routine. This has actually come up a few times in my Instagram DM, so I thought it would be a good topic to do a workshop on. A lot of us, like I said, or most of us are on your personal development or self-transformation journey, especially if you're watching this type of content. And having a morning or an evening routine can really help out with this, because you're probably trying to develop a habit or release an unsupportive habit. Maybe you're trying to learn a new skill. Maybe you're trying to sharpen a talent. You know, you're probably doing something. And a lot of times when you're on a personal development or self-transformation journey, you may have a variety of different types of goals, and you may struggle to find balance. You may struggle to find consistency. You may struggle to just really keep it all together so you can get from point A to point B and make that process happen. Using systems and routines is a great way to bundle the different things that you're doing together. And as long as you create an effective system, an effective routine, it can work in a very positive and beneficial way, in that it's going to help you create that consistency, get those benefits, help you achieve those goals. And those are different for all of us. So what I wanted to actually start off with this time is I wanted to give people time. I'm outside in my garden and there are a number of flying bugs. I always want people to walk away with the information that they need. And sometimes things can seem general, but I want you to really personalize it. So I always try to offer different things throughout the workshops to help you do that. And so I want to start off with some self-exploration prompts. So if you're watching this live, go ahead and grab your journal and a pen, or a notebook and a pen. If you're watching this on the replay, of course, you can always pause this at any time and take as much time that you need. But we're gonna, even before I get into the content, I want you to have in mind what you came here for and what you need. So the first self-exploration prompt is, what are your overall goals with your routine? If you're trying to develop a morning routine or an evening routine, different people are trying to do this for different purposes. So I have 4 different examples, and yours could fit within these examples or they could not. Some people, which is what some people in my DMs have been saying, is they want to learn how to wake up earlier so they can do more with their morning. So a lot of people just have this basic, I want to wake up so I can have more time to do more things, so I can be more productive, so I can get more done. You know, you may fall into that category. Some people want to get better sleep. Some people are on the other end. They're like, I'm not getting enough sleep. It's starting to really impact my day, impact my life, impact my well-being, and I want to really learn how to go to sleep, how to stay asleep, how to get a good night's rest. Some people may be trying to accomplish a certain goal in their life, or you may be trying to learn a certain task. So you may have a certain goal in mind for yourself. You may have a certain task. You may have a certain number of tasks. You may have a big goal that you've broken down into smaller tasks, which is definitely a technique in goal achievement. If you have a very big goal, you have a very big transformation that you want to go through, you may want to go ahead and break that down into smaller pieces and tackle one portion at a time and, you know, create a plan for yourself. So that could involve a lot. Some people are looking for some type of lifestyle change. You know, you think about this when a lot of people are going through a health lifestyle change, health and fitness. They want to wake up earlier so they can eat breakfast, so they can go work out, so they can go jogging or go practice a sport. So a variety of people, you know, you may have different reasons for why you want to develop a morning or an evening routine. So go ahead and check that out. You know, think about that and take a moment or two and go ahead and brainstorm it, write it down. That way, as we go through the rest of the information, you know, you can take what you need. So the next thing, just giving you time. I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm looking at my notes, so I'm just trying to time myself in my mind. I'll look back at it in a few. But the next thing that you want to do is go ahead and identify 3 of your current stressors. So what are 3 stressors that you currently have? 3 things that you feel out of balance with, 3 things that you feel like are not working for you right now, you know, 3 things that are throwing you off balance. Go ahead and think about that and write those down. I'm trying to keep that a little bit more general because that can be, you know, different for different people. So just go ahead and identify 3 current stressors in your life. I'm gonna look back over at the chat just to see if I see anything. Okay, I'm gonna keep it rolling. And then the next thing that you want to do is, this is the final self-exploration prompt. What you're going to do is go ahead and categorize your 3 stressors, okay? Go ahead and categorize your 3 stressors. So you can think about, is this a mental stress? Is this a mental stress? Is it an emotional stressor? Is it a physical stressor? You know, so, or it could be some other category, or you could not even want to use any of those categories at all. you know. But go ahead and categorize your stressor. And this is going to be important because later on you're going to want to select different activities, and different people are going to want and need different things. So your answers are going to come back up. So just making a timestamp, but we're going to go ahead and move forward. So hopefully you've had enough time to go ahead and think about those self-exploration prompts so you can get a good idea of why you're here and what you really want to take away from this. Because once again, at the end, I want you to be able to walk away with a morning and or evening routine. So once again, the importance of a morning and evening routine, taking a look at my notes, it makes the abstract concept of self-transformation a bit more concrete. So I alluded to that a little bit, talking about when you have a big transformation that you want to go through. Some people have a lot they feel like they want to change in their life, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. They may want to move across the country, they may want to start a new career, they may want to find a love interest. You know, this type of transformation is not uncommon. But it's like, how do I make something like that happen? And can I make it happen? Yeah, you can. But you want to break it down from an abstract concept of someone saying, or maybe you saying, you know, I just want to change in life. I just want something different, to really being specific about what that is and then breaking it down. Once you've broken it down so much, eventually it's going to come down to your habits and the things that you're doing every day that are getting you from point A to point B. And you're going to have different habits and different things that you're doing at different points in your journey. So you can develop a morning or an evening routine because it's a way for you to chunk these habits together, chunk these tasks or these goals together to make things a lot easier for you to accomplish. So systems and routines help with goal achievement and habit development. They make it so it creates more it creates more ease and consistency. So if you tell yourself, you know, this is going to be my routine, this is what I'm going to do, and you stick to it, and you know you're going to do your routine from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., then you've already carved out the time. And if you've done it correctly, you've not overbooked yourself, you've not promised that time or committed that time to someone else. So it's a free open lane. You know exactly what activities you want to do, you know your why, you have a purpose. Then, you know, it makes it very easy for you to say, you know what, I've already carved out the time and then I've already set it in place. Go ahead and do it. And then you just do it every day or whatever, you know, your routine ends up being. And once again, it's an easy way to develop that consistency so you actually get those benefits. A lot of people are saying they practice self-care or they're on their personal development journey, but they're frustrated. And one of the main reasons why they're frustrated, or the main reason why you may be frustrated, is because you may be falling off balance or not staying committed to the things that you said you were going to do. And maybe it's because you're not being very specific. Specific in the goals, specific in the task, specific in the time, specific in the place, you know. And when you leave those different details open for interpretation, it becomes very easy for you to make an excuse. Oh, I guess I really don't know what I'm gonna do or what to do, so I just won't do it today. Or I know what I want to do, but I just couldn't find the time, you know. So having a morning and evening routine, an effective one, can make it easy to create a lot of change in your life. A lot of people want to wake up earlier for a variety of reasons. You know, I think when people think about self-care routines or personal development routines, that's probably one of the top things that comes to someone's mind. I'm going to wake up early, I'm going to Start with lemon water. I'm gonna go for a jog. I'm gonna have a smoothie. I'm gonna eat breakfast. I'm gonna work out. But a lot of people also have issues with sleep and going to sleep on time. So I think it's better to start with the evening routine, and that's one of my first secrets for you. So that's actually where we're going to start. We're going to start with the evening routine. That way you set yourself up for success. So we're going to continue on with some self-exploration, journaling activities and prompts for you to, really end up leaving here with what you need. So go ahead, if you're keeping notes, if you are writing these things down. Let me see. And if anyone has any questions, let me stop and take a moment to switch to the chat so I can see. If you have any questions, just go ahead and let me know. If everything is okay, if you don't have any questions, go ahead and drop me a number 8 in the comment section. 8 is that number of harmony. It lets me know that you're picking up what I'm putting down, you're smelling what I'm stepping in. Everything makes sense and you do not have any questions. I like to just check in and read the energy in the room. But I am gonna keep it moving in the interest of time. I'm gonna watch out for the chat. I can see it on my phone, but it just pops up and goes away. So I switch over on my computer from my notes back into the room to, check what's going on. So starting with your evening routine, go ahead and notate that in your notes. And what is an evening routine good for? Why are we even doing this? An evening routine obviously is going to end up with you falling asleep. The way that I'm presenting it is going to be something that you do before you go to bed, or it's easing you into bed. So it's going to help individuals who have a problem falling asleep, or have a problem staying asleep, or have a problem relaxing before bed. It's going to definitely help you out with that. And as you can assume, if you're someone who wants to get up early the next day, hey, I just saw someone pop up. Ezra, hey Ezra, let me know if I'm saying your name correctly. If you're someone who wants to wake up early the next day and you have a problem doing that, it's probably because you're not going to sleep, or you don't have, a good quality of sleep, a good quality of rest. So this is going to be the first step. So, an evening routine is going to help you get better sleep, improve your well-being and your health, help you get prepared for the next day, help you wake up early if you like, but it also is a good place to rest and de-stress from your day. So if you spent your day doing a lot of things, accomplishing your goals, going after, your intentions, whether you made it, everything happened or not, at the end of the day, you deserve rest. And a lot of people are not taking that rest and are not using that time before bed effectively. So you end up just compounding that stress. It takes a toll on your nervous system. So this is a good place to do that. So thinking back earlier, I gave you the 7 areas of life. The last area of life, or one of the areas of life, is recreation, and it's one that people often forget about. But you're not doing all of this work just to do the work. You're doing the work so you can have a life that is fulfilling and relaxing and has everything that you want and everything that you need. So you're not doing all of this just to do it, just to stress yourself out. And it's good to give yourself a bit of rest and relaxation and recreation. You can do that daily in a variety of ways to the proportion that is appropriate to your life. Maybe it's something that you schedule for yourself bi-weekly. Your routine for that could be different, but for your evening routine, it is a good place to incorporate a bit of relaxation and recreation. So just thinking about what your goals are, you did think about that and wrote that down at the beginning of the session. Why do you want to have your evening routine? The next thing you want to think about is what time do you want to wake up? So if you are someone who wants to wake up early in the morning, what time do you want to wake up? Do you want to wake up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m.? That's going to be important. So that's going to be different for different people. Go ahead and write that down. What time do you want to wake up in the morning? Just making sure you all can hear me okay. After you consider what time do you want to wake up in the morning, think about how many hours of sleep do you want to get. And you know, if you are crafting your day from the beginning, then you can do this however you want, you know. So even if you're not getting 8 hours and you want to get 8 hours, then put you want to get 8 hours. So what time do you want to wake up in the morning? How many hours of sleep do you want to get? And then of course, go ahead and count backwards. So count backwards from that, and that's going to tell you what time you need to be in the bed. That's going to be your bedtime. You need to have a consistent bedtime. And then what you want to do, and if you're watching this on the replay, if I'm moving too fast, go ahead and just pause anytime you want. But think about how much time you really want to dedicate, or how much time can you dedicate to your evening routine. So if you only have 20 minutes, don't say you have an hour, because that's not going to help you create an effective evening routine. If you have time for an hour, go ahead and give yourself an hour. If you only have 45 minutes, you know, whatever it is, how much ever time you need, go ahead and think about that, and then count backwards again. And that's going to let you know like when you need to start winding things down. So by that time, all of your daily commitments, responsibilities, the goals that you're doing, anything else, even taking care of other people, taking care of your partner, taking care of your kids, the dog, your grandmama, whoever, whatever, all of those things need to be done before you hit this final point, because that's going to be the time for your evening care, for your evening routine, for you to give back to yourself. And then once you've done that, you want to think about what types of practices do I want to engage in. So here you can refer back to your goals. Once again, you may have the goal of your evening routine to be goal achievement. So if it's goal achievement, then clearly you're going to be thinking about what is the specific goal that I want to accomplish, what skills, knowledge, abilities do I need to acquire to accomplish that goal, and what is it that I want to spend this time frame that I've given myself doing. Maybe you want to dedicate your evening routine, maybe your goal is for self-care or stress relief. Then once again, you kind of want to just go through that same thought process. What activities, what types of things do I want to engage in? And earlier you identified 3 stressors. So here what you really want to do is make sure that you pick activities that directly address those stressors. And the easy way to do that is just to look at the category. So that's why you categorize them. So if you find that you're having some type of mental stress, some type of emotional stress, some type of physical stress, but you're like, I don't really know what to do to resolve this, well, just think about the category that it's in, and then what type of activity you could do, you know, what type of mentally calming, soothing activity can I do? What type of physically calming or soothing activity can I do? What type of emotionally soothing or calming activity can I do? And if you need more ideas, more specific ideas, then don't forget in the chat, you have the self-care ideas list. That was right there at the top. Just looking at the time. So now let's go ahead and move into crafting your morning routine, give you some tips there, some things to think about. Sorry, just making timestamps, y'all. Let's go ahead and move into the morning routine section. And sorry about that. I am outside. I'm trying to have like a nice little environment, but I live in an apartment complex. It is in the public, so sorry. So the morning routine, unique things about your morning routine. So your morning routine fuels your day. So you want to think about things like nutrition or your goals or daily tasks and responsibilities. And I would say this is in contrast to the evening routine, where I would say in the morning you can of course always introduce elements of stress relief or relaxation, comfort, recreation, whenever you like. But I think a lot of people are going to want to use that morning routine to fuel their day and to get tasks accomplished, so they have the evening free to rest and relax or go out and hang out with their friends. So those are the things that you want to consider, along with, once again, your goals that you personally identified at the beginning of the workshop. Your morning routine can also be very useful for grounding and stability. So think about if you have a very stressful life, if you deal with a lot of personalities, if you deal with a lot of crazy situations, if you're just in a place, where you just don't want to be right now. Sorry, I'm trying to turn my frequencies down. If you're in a place where you don't want to be right now, sometimes it's good to give yourself time to ground yourself emotionally and mentally at the beginning of the day before you really have to deal with other people. So that's an element that you also want to think about with your morning routine. And then if you're thinking about considering your morning routine for goal achievement, you may want to have like an energy spike in the morning or a boost of energy in the morning. So you can think about like fitness and exercising. So things that are gonna, get your body moving. So just think about your goals and unique things about the morning routine that are gonna make them different than the things that you did in the evening. That way you can place things appropriately. And so let's go through some questions and some self-exploration and help you, specify this and make this a little bit more concrete for you. So the first thing that you can do is consider, what daily tasks and responsibilities do you have? And the main one for most people is going to be a job, whether that's some type of 9-to-5 job, whether that's some type of entrepreneurial endeavor. You're going to have some type of big main task, but some people don't. Some people have a different type of lifestyle. Perhaps you are a caregiver, caretaker. Perhaps you take care of your parents, or you take care of the kids, or you just have some other type of lifestyle. So what are the daily tasks and responsibilities, the important things that you have to be there or have to do at a certain time? You want to keep those things in mind. So go ahead and take a moment and write those down, consider those things. And then while you're thinking about that, one of the next points that you really want to focus in on, of course, is what time do you need to start these things? So what are your daily tasks and responsibilities, and what time do you need to start these things? And of course you're considering this because you're thinking about, okay, what time am I waking up? You already set all of that up earlier when you did your evening routine. So now what time am I waking up? And what time do I need to start handling my daily tasks and responsibilities? Just looking through my notes. I'm giving you time to write and reflect. So consider your evening routine. How much time did you give yourself to wake up well rested? That's why we already started with that. That's how we started with the evening routine. And one of the first things that we did when you were crafting that is to, consider what time you needed to wake up. You see, now we're looking back. And how much time did you need to sleep in order to wake well rested? So how much time is between your waking time and when you need to start your responsibilities? And then really think about how much of this time can you dedicate to not doing anything else except taking care of yourself. So you're not working on work, you're not assisting other people or taking care of other people. How much of this in between time, because you may have to do other things like that, you may have to assist the kids, you may have to help whoever, you may have other things that you need to take care of outside of yourself, but how much of this time can you dedicate to yourself? And then once again, think back to your goals. Then you're bringing your goals back up because you're like, okay, what are the activities that I can do during this time that will help me meet my goals, but also that fit within the time frame that I have allotted for myself. And if you need to get more specific ideas on what that is based upon your certain goals, or if you need to get ideas, for example, for the evening routine or for the rest, relaxation, stress relief, recreation portion, then go ahead and grab that self-care ideas list from the top. It has a number of fun activities and things that you can do, and they are categorized by stressor type. So if you are considering, what are things that I can do that will help me, release some stress in a healthy way, things that I can do easily every day that won't cost me a lot of money, and if most of them are probably free. Those are already categorized for you, and there may be lots of things on there that you hadn't considered. So hopefully you walked away this evening with a bit more of an idea of how you can make systems and routines fit into your life, how you can make the morning routine and evening routine more personalized for you. And if you watch this, we've only been here for about 40 minutes. And if you followed along and done the self-exploration exercises, the journaling activities, considered your goals, considered your stressors, and really outlined everything, then you probably have already a pretty good idea of things that you can start doing tomorrow. So your effective self-care and morning routine, it has activities and exercises that directly address your stressors and fits your lifestyle. It is easy to commit to. It helps develop that consistency, and it's set for you. You have the space and the time, so it's very important that you have those time frames mapped out, because this is going to eliminate, oh, I'm seeing a flying bug. This is going to eliminate those excuses when you tell yourself, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing right now, or I didn't have time. If you follow this, you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and you had time because you made the time, and you made sure that it was time that you carved out for yourself that you weren't giving to other people or other tasks or other responsibilities. So if someone or if something comes up and it's like, okay, you know, someone's like, can we have breakfast tomorrow at 7 o'clock? And you know, from 7 to 8, you're supposed to be doing your morning routine. Then that means the answer is a no. Very easy. Because if you start going against that commitment, then that really just undoes all of the work that you've done. So you've carved out the time for that specific reason. So you don't give yourself excuses. You know exactly what you're supposed to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing it, why you're supposed to be doing it, how it is helping you accomplish and meet your goals, and how it is adding to a positive way to your life. Okay, so you have everything that you need. I'm going to go ahead and end it there. If you do have any questions, you can drop them in the comment section. It's not going to be the chat after I close it down, but you can drop it in the comment section and I will definitely answer those for you. I will update the description with the information, the resources, and the timestamps that I took down. So those will all be available. I'm going to go ahead and get on that now. Okay, so if you need anything, you know where to find me. You can send me a DM on Instagram at Higher Alignment, the same name. And, you know, I'm here to help you with whatever you need. I'll see you here for the next live workshop or practice.